Since the beginning of time, people have looked for balance. Between fairness and kindness, between rules and freedom, between the law and love. Whole civilizations grew trying to find that balance, but they all failed because of the same problem. Power without caring, or caring without order. And today, a question echoes through history: reason and faith. Why do countries with Christian roots do well, and those that follow traditional laws do not? What unseen power changed people's hearts, freed their minds, and lit the spark of progress? From the 4th to the 18th century, Christianity changed the European mind and the world's path. It taught that every human being has worth because they were made in God's image. From that truth came the idea of dignity, of human rights, and of individual value above the state. It separated God from nature. The world stopped being divine and became creation. And if it was creation, it could be studied, measured, and understood. That's how modern science was born. Newton, Pascal, Kepler, Galileo, all of them saw the signature of their creator in the laws of the universe. The Bible had to be read. That's why teaching people to read became a moral duty. From there came schools, universities, and free thinking. And most importantly, Christianity taught that there is a universal moral law above kings and governments. That's how parliaments came to be: independent justice and civil liberty. But not all religions set people free. In many parts of the world, faith became blind obedience, not inner change. In traditional Islam, Sharia law rules every part of life. It doesn't separate everyday life from spiritual life, so free thinking becomes disobedience. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the cycle of karma and the caste system taught people to just accept things, not to grow. In all of these, people perform rituals to please an outside power, not to renew their soul or change their world. These are cultures of ritual, not of saving grace. As we know, the Old Testament represents law, order, and justice, without the New Testament, which represents love, merciful, living, eternal, leads to tyranny, as in many places in the Middle East. The New Testament love, without the Old Testament law, leads to corruption and lawlessness, where good is seen as bad, and bad is praised as good. Like what happens in many Latin American countries, lots of love, little law. Only when both law and love come together does civilization begin. It's all about balance. History doesn't lie. Countries with Christian roots. The United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, Switzerland, Canada, France, Italy, Spain, the Nordic countries. Japan stands in the East, yet thinks like the West. And many other nations followed Japan's path. Eastern by land, Western by spirit. Hold most of the world's GDP, Nobel Prizes, patents, and civil liberties. The United States, where faith became freedom and freedom innovation. The United Kingdom, the birthplace of parliamentary government and modern education. Germany, where the Reformation woke up science and conscience. It wasn't the weather, it wasn't race, it was the soul. Where the Spirit of the Lord lives, man does not fear tyranny. He builds civilization. Man doesn't fear, he creates. Creating is man's most divine act. It's the Creator's reflection in us. He created them in His own image, in the image of God. He created them. Genesis 1:27. Fear is the root of all slavery. The gospel frees us from that fear. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. The secret of Western progress isn't in blood or land, but in the moral heart of Christianity. A faith that brought together the Father's duty, the law, the Son's love, grace, and the Spirit's inspiration, freedom. This Holy Trinity gave the world justice with kindness, science with humility, freedom with responsibility. That's why where a cross stands tall, a university blossoms. Where a Bible is opened, an idea is born. Where the gospel arrives, darkness retreats. Where the cross stands tall, slavery falls away. Where the word enters, the mind lights up. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. This is the eternal balance. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The seed of civilization, the root of science, the soul of the West. Follow us on Instagram, DEUS OCCIDENTIS.